Tennessee's been in 2 5-setters this season. They are 2-2. If it gets to that point. Block here to start. Play at the net, Georgia Tech. Now the middle's getting involved defensively. Didn't see a lot of that in set number 1, but Logan Wiley, another block on her tally. Set out of the middle into the back row. Chiach. Point Tennessee, tied up again at 1.
That's one way to respond to that after block coming back into the face of the Tennessee player for the prior point, but that's one thing about her. She's going to respond.
Caroline Kerr at the service line now for Tennessee. Hit out of the middle, Logan Wiley.
Gosh, Joey, we heard her name in the first set. We're hearing her name in the third set. She was a little bit quieter in the second set, but this is the lead and the start that Georgia Tech is looking for. They're looking to be aggressive, and Wiley is one way for that.
And now the opportunity to extend the lead at the service line. Kerr sets back for Kubik over the block. Aiden Kubik. Point Tennessee.
Joey, we might be seeing what we saw in that first set at the very beginning where both teams are getting their footing, the back and forth, 1 point there, 1 point there. The leads alternating very fluidly, and I mean, both teams having a set under their belt are looking to gain that momentum.
That first team to go on the run is going to feel that much more confident. Tennessee's got to get this one over. A nice swing from Chiach. This time, Otene through the block. And you've seen her a little, still strong swings, but not as much trying to get it over the block. She's trying to go straight through it.
Yeah, and Otene, I mean, she's also trying to get it in, Joey. After her last set having those service errors, she's really honing in on kind of keeping it in that middle and not getting too ahead of herself and going in the red.
With Mogridge trying to get something going on the service line, but play at the net again. Peyton Chapman slowly but surely has been getting going here for Tennessee. The two freshmen on both sides of the net been pretty phenomenal. That'll be the libero, Katie Barrier, has just a tough receive. They got to dump this one over. Kerr sets for Chapman, kept alive. Swing from Menges over the block, but out. And no touch, point Tennessee. Lady Vols reclaim the lead.
Again, that back and forth, just out what we saw originally. People trying to paint the line, and I wonder if we'll ever get into a little bit more dumpy and to feel a little bit more secure with some of those points.
Libero to libero action on serve receive over the block. Chiach off the chest in the back of Bertolino. And Nina Chiach taking on Georgia Tech all by herself.
Nina Chiach, I mean, I want like a whatever that is to track the speed of her serve, because man, that is going fast, and I would not be one her on the end of that receiving end.
Continuing the run here for Tennessee. A service error, though, in the side out back to Georgia Tech. An opportunity to tie it up at 5. Tamara Otene with the service error. And right back to Tennessee.
Again, giving them that 2-point lead. Service errors are a scary, scary number in this tournament. That can win you games, that can lose you games. Same with the aces. I mean, those haven't been as frequent, though, besides the one we saw earlier.
Only one service ace, 5 combined service errors. Swing out of the middle, and Erin Jones, I don't think she quite knew where she was there, but a nice swing out of the middle.
Yeah, I mean, we'll take another look at that. She got kind of caught, came off the right hand a little bit awkward, and I mean, went into the fans before any other Lady Bulls were able to get a hand on it.
Sofia Velez at the service line. Swing from Chayic. Kept alive by Bertolino. Out of the back. Tamara Otene ties us up at 6 here in set number 3.
Joey, what a start here tonight. I mean, the field house is getting slowly but surely more filled. A little bit more energy as well coming from both teams with this back and forth.
Chance of Let's Go Tech ringing out through the field house. Swing blocked. Nina Chayic there for Tennessee.
Joey, we're saying these names, Julia Otene and Nina Chayic. Soon that's going to be written on the back of my hand, and I feel like I'm going to know it forever after tonight.
Nina Chayic, 9 kills on 23 attempts, but she's been able to get things done all over on the floor today. At the service line, that one way over the block. Bertolino couldn't get a block on it, or touch on it. And Nina Chayic staying at the service line. 9 kills on 23 swings, hitting .261. Has an assist to her name, a service ace, 3 digs, 2 blocks. She is just stuffing the stat column. And now the topspin serve into the back. Swing by Wiley, could not quite get a clean play on it, but this time she blocks it right on the other end. A tough swing, but right immediately makes the play defensively.
I mean, yeah, like you were saying earlier, Nina Chayic absolutely flooding the stats column. I mean, having a great second set, third set, and we can see that so far here tonight.
Swing from Chayic off the block, kept alive. Bertolino into the campfire. I think the set, I think Emiliano might have slipped on the set, but still regardless was able to get it to Bertolino, and we're all tied at 8. Georgia Tech with the serve. Set for Chayic, blocked, out of bounds. Point Tennessee.
Joey, looking for that first team to go on that run. As we said, that'll give the confidence, that'll give the energy. Both teams kind of going back and forth with that right now. But whoever goes on that run first, they will feel the energy, and that's what they need to finish off that third set. We saw Georgia Tech do it in the first set after coming off kind of a steady back and forth points for the first 15.
Tennessee still claiming the lead. Trying to continue a run here. Going to set 4 with a lead. Swing over the top of the block. Otene keeping it alive. Swing Bertolino. Tool through the block, point Georgia Tech.
Tied game here. I mean, and Joey, one name we haven't talked about so far this set Granberry. She was having a phenomenal second set in those kills, in those blocks, and that's not really something we've seen so far in this third set.
Service error. Point Tennessee, and really those service errors have really come at a pretty crucial time for Georgia Tech. Something to keep an eye on as this game goes on. But the service going back to Tennessee, 10-9 in favor of the Lady Vols. Emiliano sets. Going over the block, this time for Chapman. Otene tips this one over into the campfire. This one went down. Point, Georgia Tech.
Again, they need to capitalize on these opportunities. It's been happening, Joey. They get a great point, and then the service errors follows. They just really need to try and get 2 points in a row or extend that lead a little bit further before those service errors come in.
Logan Wiley at the service line now for Georgia Tech. There's Granberry out of the middle. A tough swing. Georgia Tech able to get something out of it? Yes, they do. Able to get a swing into the back row. Point Georgia Tech, and they've got a lead now here in set number 3. Their first lead since 3-2. Wiley looking to continue the run on the line, but blocked at the net. Point, Georgia Tech.
This is that run we were talking about, Joey. You can see the energy already illuminating from Georgia Tech, and they are just up by 2. If that lead were to extend, I mean.
The 3-0 run right now, double-digit lead. And if they're able to extend it just a little bit further, you can feel pretty confident. The swing over the block, kept alive. Right back to Tennessee. Blocked in the middle. Deandra Pierce. Timeout, Tennessee.
Wow, exactly what we saw there in set 2 but a little bit vice versa.
We'll take it with them. 13-10, Georgia Tech with the lead. We'll be right back from Madison here on ESPN+.
Quiet player, she comes up big in the moments that matter. Joey?
Thanks, Rachel, as Tennessee's swing is long. Point, Georgia Tech, they continue this momentum as we head into now a 4-point lead in favor of the Yellow Jackets. The service run continuing for Logan Wiley, and a big moment here for the freshman. Swing over the top of the block, kept alive. This time another swing. The block has been there, affecting these swings. Bertolino gonna have to bump this one over. Otene, can she get over the block? Pull, and then it'll be a touch. Point, Georgia Tech. Thought that one was long.
That is not what Tennessee wanted right there. The 1 point that Georgia is kind of giving you by hitting it long just to go off that touch is not what they're looking for. They're trying to pick apart that defense and just can't make the offense go in their favor.
Make it a 6-0 run for the Jackets. Can Tennessee get something going? Blocked. Point, Georgia Tech.
All right.
7-0 run.
Joey, Georgia has absolutely taken this third set by the horns, completely dominating. I mean, having great success at the net, but also really able to get it through their block. And the Georgia Tech block has been so successful tonight.
And they might be, unless there was just a wet spot that needed to clean up, I think that might have been the case. 7-0 run. For Georgia Tech, does Tennessee have anything to say about it? They do. Getting Hayden Kubik involved. And finally, the bleeding stops.
Exactly, Joey. I mean, the Orange, they're looking for something to go in their favor, and that was 1 point, and they're hoping for this point too.
Can they get a rally going in their own way? This one over the block. There was a touch. Point, Georgia Tech.
This will be a big comeback for the Lady Vols in set 3. I mean, down by 6, Georgia Tech on the crisp of getting to that set 3 and hoping to close it out.
Set out of the middle. Chaich denied. Back to Chaich over the block this time. And into the seats. Nina Chaich, just talked about her at the break. And again, making these plays to keep the Lady Vols in it.
Yeah, Nina Chaich needs to be at her best to keep these Lady Vols in it. She was the reason set 2 went the way it did, and I mean, Georgia Tech has done well in defending her and stopping her at the pinpoint.
Set now for Otene. Powerful swing, powerful kill. And the Yellow Jackets going on another run. It'll be Otene at the service line. Had an error last time at the line. Chaich again.
Gosh, 11 kills on the night, Joey. What a night for her. I mean, going pretty well with her digs and blocks as well. I mean, We talked about it prior, and she just keeps continuing to build up those stats, and she's gotten a little bit more involved in this third set in the last few points.
Erin Jones at the service line. An odd receive. Was there a touch? Yes, there was. Point Georgia Tech. And I think they're going to challenge this one.
Exactly. You saw that no-touch signal from the Lady Vols. Both teams looking at it there.
This, again, one of those pivotal points in the set.
If this could go the Lady Vols' way, I mean, that brings them in within 5 points rather than 6, but they're hoping not to let Georgia get on that 20 mark. That gets a little bit more dangerous and a little bit more tense for the Lady Vols. And we'll take a look at it here.
Was there one at the net? I don't know if I saw one. This might be tough to overturn, but
might be right through the hands. Her hands are also pretty perfectly in sync, so you can't see either of them that well. Well, if it is or is not overturned, what do you think Tennessee's talking about trying to get this third set turned around, Joey?
Well, right now, again, it is. That will help. The call's reversed. Point will go back to Tennessee. So now you keep the run going. 18-14 now only in favor of Georgia Tech. And again, being able to keep this rally going and just narrow down the margin as much as you can. Swing blocked, and who else but Nina Chayich. Point Tennessee.
Gosh, Nina Chayich on that outside hit, so dangerous, and the Jackets have done a pretty good job trying to defend it earlier, but again, when she's able to get up and over that block, that is something to be scared for.
This one now quickly closed, just a 3-point deficit. Swing, block kept alive. Can Georgia Tech get something out of it? No, they can't. Make it a 4-0 run. Timeout, Georgia Tech. You talk about a big turning point with that review. Felt like the Yellow Jackets were going to start to pull away. Now suddenly a 2-point game. We look at these plays at the net, and it's going to be a big piece of who's going to come away with this one. Yeah. We've seen these middles for both sides get things going.
I mean, the blocks have just been crazy tonight. Both teams' defense really playing a key role in this. I mean, again, we keep seeing Gunderberry with that as well.
The blocks per set, and it's been a block party in set number 3. 8 combined. Georgia Tech with 5, Tennessee with 3. Only 6 combined in sets 1 and 2, 8 in this set. You got to get the playmakers involved, and really the playmakers have been the ones in the middle. You have 4 for Logan Riley on the match. Liv Mogridge with 4. 4 for Nina Chayich. 4 for Claudia Pollock.
Yeah, I mean, that was Georgia's downfall, having 0 blocks in set 2. Ultimately led to them losing by 12 in that second set. So for them to be able to rebound and have 5 blocks so far, this set is a huge turnaround for them, and I'm sure there was a bit of a talking to in the locker room about getting up, getting that defense in. Again, we also haven't really seen those touches going off those blocks as often as we did in the first set.
4-0 run continuing for the Lady Vols. It's been Erin Jones at the service line. This one popped over, and Otene on the receiving error and the ace, and suddenly the Vols are a point away from evening this thing up at 18. What a response.
Yeah, it seemed like Georgia really was taking control of this set a few points ago, and never doubt the Lady Vols.
Bumped over. Can Bertolino get it over the block? Bumped up and a net violation. Point Tennessee. They come all the way back to tie it.
Joey, this is an excited Tennessee crowd. I mean, when you go on a run like this and you're able to tie it and get within so close in such a dynamic environment, they have just done such a great job on the offense, and definitely got to owe it to some of those timeouts as well.
6-0 run for the Lady Vols. Bertolino off the block. Chajic over the block. Set, Bertolino sent back. Point, Tennessee.
And Tennessee will take the lead. Oh my goodness, Joey, a lot of emotions in this third set. Back and forth. And we're getting back to what we saw in those first 2 points. It was very fluid with who had the lead. And again, the Jackets were able to really gain control within those middle 10 points. And again, here come the Lady Vols to even it out.
Can they be the first to 20? Aaron Jones continuing the service run. Oh, I thought that was going to be a pretty easy block, but just being able to slide that one through. Tamara Otene was able to slide it through on the other side, tied up at 19.
Yeah, gosh, some of this, you think it's an easy block, and then all of a sudden Otene is up there and not so easy anymore.
So tied up at 19. The race to 25 is on. The way things are going, they might need a little more. The swing error for Bertolino, and it'll be the first to 20. They're the Tennessee Volunteers. They're the first to 20. Nina Chajic at the service line. She's been so big for the Lady Volunteers in this one, but a rare mistake. The service error, we're tied at 20.
True, you don't see a lot of Chajic mistakes, and that was one that you did not want to give up. But with it being tied 20-20, it's, better now, and we'll see a timeout now on the floor.
Timeout, Tennessee tied up at 20. And it's going to be the last couple of points here in set number 3. They've been pretty evenly, both teams have been pretty dominant in sets 1 and 2, but this one coming down to the wire. We'll send it down to Rachel for more down courtside.
Thanks, guys. I was talking with Yellow Jackets head coach Michelle Collier about their motto for the tournament, and she shared with me their core values. It's the 4 E's: excellence, energy, evolution, and everlasting. This means they're playing fearless, aggressive, fast, and celebrating their play, and just coming together as a team. She says the E's puts a pressure on them to play together and something they use on their ups and downs. Joey?
Thanks, Rachel. And again, we come into these last few points. 20 all. What have you seen out of this set for both sides? Obviously, the story right now is Tennessee being able to come back and respond quickly. What are you seeing right now? Who has the advantage? Who's got the energy right now? It feels like Tennessee does, but it's the mistakes right now that could be hurting them.
Tennessee definitely has the momentum kind of coming up after that, but with that service error we just saw from the Lady Vols, that gives Georgia Tech the advantage, hoping to run with it a little bit, but definitely got to give the momentum, the excitement to Tennessee and Tennessee's bench. To come back with that many points, they're really dominating this third set when we thought we were counting them out.
Neither side hitting particularly strong in the set. Chajic trying to pop this one over. Set, swing for Bertolino, tooled it out of bounds. Point, Georgia Tech, and they claim the lead.
And Joey, what we've seen after a lot of those big Georgia Tech points is usually some type of service error, so that is something they're really looking to avoid. And that they do.
Backs out of the middle, Pollock. Point Tennessee, back and forth, continuing.
Oh, Joey, what a match, 21-21. This is not how I thought the third set was going to go when we were seeing that the Jackets really take the lead and dominate during that. But, again, I've learned never to count the Lady Bulls out.
And they have responded very strongly. That one off the top of the net. Swing out of the middle. Liv Mogridge. This almost has the makings of it. Feels like we're in extra points right now. The team that gets consecutive points, it feels like they're going to be the ones to control the set.
Yeah, I mean, Georgia Tech with the advantage here.
Off the top of the net on the top spin. Swing out of the back. Chajic! Are you kidding me? Tied at 22.
That power is just unmatched. That's not something you can see from everyone in this tournament so far. But, yeah, Chajic, such a scary, scary person to meet up there at the block.
Serve going back to Tennessee. Caroline Kerr at the line. Swing Otene over the block. Can Tennessee get to it? No, they can't. Otene, incredible swing this time. And Logan Wiley with a chance to give the Jackets set point. Chajic receives it. Kerr. Blocked and kept alive. Swing over the block. What finesse from Peyton Chapman. We're tied at 23.
Oh my gosh, Joey, I feel like we might be going into some extra points based on how this is looking, and this is why each team, they're fighting. We've seen that with Georgia Tech. We've seen both teams go to those extra sets, extra hours of volleyball, and just
Who
like
else?
that.
Nina Chajic. Point Tennessee, timeout Georgia Tech. And Tennessee has set point.
Wow, Joey, what a crazy, crazy few points here. I mean, great opportunity there. I mean, coming up, we're looking for that fourth set. This will really give a huge advantage to either team. I mean, Georgia Tech really came up close when they played Pitt. They were fighting till the end, alternating sets. But, I mean, who knows what we'll see here. Which team do you think will be able to finish this off and kind of get maybe a kill, or will they go with the dump and play it a little bit safer, or are we on the line of there's nothing to lose?
Well, I mean, pretty evidently, it seems like Georgia Tech's in a situation where they kind of live and die with the big swing. So I feel like you got to stick with it and know, like, hey, are you going to be able to, you got to swing big in a situation like this. Can you extend it? That's how we've seen them thrive in this match. But it's those errors that you have to avoid.
And gosh, normally you see some fans on their feet at a normal Wisconsin home game, be everyone on their feet, but more than what you would expect for neither of their teams being their ideal cheering team.
Tennessee ended set number 2 on an ace. Saden Kubik at the service line. And it's out, a service error. So we know we're going to extra points now.
Gosh, when you can finish it out with an ace in the prior set and then you go to a service error, that is a bit tricky and not expected from Georgia Tech. They're looking for that strong serve, but got a little bit lucky on that one.
Now it's Ashlyn Goolsby with the chance. Chajic over the top of the block with the touch, point Tennessee.
Tennessee again within one. Can they do it, or will Georgia Tech be able to push it further?
Katie Barrier at the service line, into the back. Set cross court. Oh, today couldn't get there. But it might have been in the net. It was. Point Georgia Tech. We stay alive. Play on.
Yeah, the Lady Bulls thought they were done. They were running to the other side, but
Tennessee question. I'm not sure what the call was. That seemed clean. No, I don't think there will be a. The card was picked up, but we play on at 25 all. Chiach, stuff kept alive. Out of the back, Otene, no touch, point Tennessee.
Joey, it is exactly what you said. It's like you know exactly what you're talking about. That's why you're here, obviously, but Georgia's gonna die. They're gonna go home swinging big, and Otene, that was a big swing from her, and went a little wide on that one.
Aaron Jones, who was on the service line for the big run for the Lady Vols. Could she end it? No, another service error. We play on for a few more points.
Second time the Lady Bulls have done that, coming within one, and those service errors, and they hadn't had a lot, and just really bumping them up at the last part of this set.
Sophia Velez. Back to Chiach, she's gonna dump it over. Velez, bump set, looking for Bertolino. Blocked, and a net violation.
Yeah, you saw a few fingers maybe brush that net there,
and it really, I mean, that just seemed like an unforced error, and that's what Georgia Tech's really struggled with in trying to close out set 2 and now set 3. And who else but Nina Chiach with a top spin serve potentially to end it. Bertolino receives. Now the swing. Tooled out. You continue to play on.
Now, Joey, it's the matter of how many points do you play. I mean, it was nice to see that Chiach was able to keep that serve in since the 2 prior points. I mean, at least gave the opportunity to win and close out set 3.
We've been back and forth for 7 points. Swing out of the back, Chiach! Point Tennessee.
All right, Joey, is this gonna be it? We've said this so many times. Is Tennessee gonna close it out for the 3rd set, or will Georgia Tech remain and fight through?
Sydney Janes at the service line. Trying to end it in set 3. Into the back, Velez. The swing for Bertolino, tooled, whistle, net violation, point Georgia Tech. The winner of this set will have earned 30 points, at least.
Yeah, I mean, and they're gonna be well fought 30 points, that's for sure. This set was not given to anybody.
Bertolino, top spin serve right into the net. And there's a point given right there.
I mean, and Tennessee really having the opportunity to close out this set numerous different times, and Georgia Tech continuously to prevail. And I mean, let's see if this can be it for the Lady Vols.
Another set point for the Lady Volunteers. It's Caroline Kerr at the line, and another service error. Are you kidding me?
Joey, we have not seen as many service errors throughout the entirety of this match so far as we have in these last 10 points.
We've already seen 4 just in extra points. Now the freshman Logan Wiley. Popped up into the back. Kerr sets over to Kubik, kept alive. And just gonna have to be a free ball from Bertolino. Swing Chapman almost back to us. What a swing by Peyton Chapman.
All right, right, Joey, and every time we're doing the drum roll, will this close out the set? Will the Lady Vols be able to do it? And the Badger fans are now excited as we are going on to point possibly 31. The field house, they are on their feet.
Hayden Kubik trying to end this one in set 3. Swing over the top of the block again. Tamara Otene.
Going to point 32. Goodness gracious, it's getting long.
Suarez at the service line just pops this one up. Set out of the middle. Oh, this one's still alive. Joust at the net. Won by Georgia Tech. Now they get a set point. That was one of those plays that Georgia Tech just did not give up on the point, and it felt like they were a little bit more on the balls of their feet.
I was going to say, I looked down, I thought Granbury had that point. We were coming back to the Lady Vols, but no.
Set. Blocked! Point Georgia Tech, and they win a thriller of a set 3.
And when they got to set point, they made sure to put it away, something that Tennessee was not able to do on many of their set points.
We'll send it to a break, but Georgia Tech, when it felt all was lost, they come back to win set 3. We'll be back from the field house here in Madison.